Let's talk Christian Horner and let's talk the W15. The W15 was released yesterday and there's already been some question marks raised around the legality of parts of the front wing. We've also got some latest news on Christian Horner. Is he going to be at the car launch? And does Bernie Ecclestone really advise him to resign? Now, let's get into it right now. So, the W15 was released yesterday. They did their first shakedown at Silverstone. George Russell got some laps in the morning and Lewis Hamilton later on in the afternoon. I believe McLaren was also at Silverstone with their car, running through some shakedown testing before they head to Bahrain for proper pre-season testing next week. Now, the problem with the Mercedes front wing are two parts which are pictured on screen now. I took these pictures from Autosport. I'll link the article down in the description so you can go and check that out completely free of charge. It's all over there, so go and make sure you check that out to get a full understanding of what is wrong and what could cause a problem for Mercedes with the W15. If you're enjoying all this Formula 1 and football content, make sure you hit that red button down below. It's completely free. There's going to be lots of more videos coming heading into the 2024 season. We've got testing coming up next week. So make sure you stick around to the channel for that video. Now, this innovation from Mercedes could cause a lot of problems within the grid. Now, we're yet to see if it's going to pass further FIA scrutineering. We'll know more heading into the Bahrain test and into the first race weekend. Now, obviously, we've seen in the past Mercedes have done some brilliant innovations. We don't have to go back to things like DAS, which completely revolutionised the way a car performs on safety car restarts and things like that. Now, this front wing might not be the major change which Mercedes have made, which they are, I believe this could be something which they are using to hide from other teams. Now, putting something like that on the front wing, it immediately attracts attention. Now, the likes of Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari could see this going well in Bahrain and make their claim that it's an illegal part and that it needs to be changed. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think that there's going to be protests around this Mercedes front wing? Do you think they're going to have to change it? For me, I think if it works, if it's good, I think innovation should be appreciated. I felt like this all the way through Formula 1, but we only have to go back to how Mercedes was treated during their dominant period. You lost party modes, DAS, everything else that was ruined at the time by the FIA. It wouldn't surprise me if yet again this time Mercedes fell foul to the FIA really not liking their style of innovation, but it's okay when Red Bull do it. It's all right for them. They can do what they want. So now let's get into talking about Christian Horner. Now, it was reported a few days ago that Bernie Ecclestone and people from Liberty Media were trying to get a grip of what the situation was with Christian Horner. Now, later on today, Red Bull are releasing their car. Now, for me, it's probably just going to be a livery launch, and I think that's the same with most teams. You'll see little differences on the car, but I don't think you're going to see the full car until it's out on track next week in Bahrain. Now, obviously, Christian Horner is undergoing this investigation. Bernie Ecclestone was rumoured to have said that he needs to resign and was advising him to resign, but he has since come out and rejected those claims. Now, anyone who knows of Bernie Ecclestone or has been following Formula 1 for a long time will know that you probably can't really trust Bernie Ecclestone. He's said a lot of things, he's done a lot of things, but whether they're true or not is a completely different story. Now, he recently, I believe he got done for fraud not that long ago, and that's where you have to start questioning his motives of denying rumours and stuff like that. Is it true? Is it not? We're yet to see. Obviously, Christian Horner is rumoured to be at the car launch later on today. Now, I think he'll be there. I believe he was at one of their shakedown tests at Silverstone just the other day. Now, personally, obviously we don't know the full story regarding the allegations, but I find it very difficult that any other team would keep their team principal on, not even on a suspension, during an investigation like this. It's obviously clear that Red Bull would like to keep Horner. That's the viewpoint I'm taking on it. Otherwise, I think he would have been suspended straight away. Now, do I think he deserves to keep his job? I don't know. I don't think we know enough about this the actual allegations. All we seem to know is transgressive behaviour, controlling coercive behaviour. Now, personally, Sky Sports have done a segment on it recently. It was a short 1-minute clip that they posted on Twitter. And for me, I don't think they're handling it in the correct way. They're sort of saying, oh, well, the season starts soon. Let's just wipe it under the carpet. Let's separate the two. But for me, you can't separate a team boss's actions from the team, because they all link together. It's all part and parcel of Formula One. You're run by a team boss. The team boss does X, Y, and Z. It affects B, A, and C sort of thing. So for me, I don't think you can just forget it heading into pre-season testing. I don't think you can forget it heading into this car launch that's happening. I believe when I post this video around 6 o'clock, I believe it's happening at 7:30 UK time. So if you don't know about that, make sure you go and check it out. Make sure you take a look at the new Red Bull car. Now, there's lots of things that could go on at Red Bull. Liberty Media are rumoured to be getting involved in the story as well. So what's going to happen? Who knows? Stefano Dominicali is rumoured to be sort of being a in-between for Liberty Media, Formula One and the FIA and all that jazz. But for me, I think it's a very, very difficult situation. I made a few videos on this previously and how it could affect the whole Red Bull organisation, how it's going to affect the likes of other teams on the grid, how it's going to affect Red Bull as a team. Now, for me, I don't really think we're going to hear much from Horner at the car launch. I think it'll be very much scripted, what's said. I don't think it'll even be brought up. I think it'll be ignored, if I'm completely honest. I think that will be the normal route to go down. I think they'll just ignore it. And I think it's one of those cases where they're going to expect it to just go away if it drops. But until we know the full ins and outs of the allegations, I think it's hard to sort of let something like this go. Now, obviously, we're heading into pre-season testing next week. It's going to be very interesting 3 days to see what the cars are like on track. Hopefully looking for the likes of Mercedes, Ferrari and McLaren to take that step closer to Red Bull. But we won't truly know where the cars are at until qualifying at Bahrain. Now, it's going to be a big couple of weeks. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in Formula One. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. Make sure you've hit that like button. Let me know down below your thoughts on the W15 and Christian Horner. Let me know what you're looking forward to heading into testing, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula One and football weekend.